I'm Nick Seco from HomeRight Windows and Doors, and we're located in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. So we do vinyl replacement windows, we do steel and fiberglass entry doors, we do aluminum storm doors, and we do sliding patio doors, all made by Provia. The windows are a vinyl replacement window, and it could be anything from double hungs to casements to bay and bow windows and everything in between. So when somebody calls in the office and needs an estimate, they get Roxanne on the phone typically, and she would schedule an appointment for me to come out and take some measurements, provide some literature, go through what options we have, and then I would follow up within about 24 to 48 hours with an estimate with all the details of the products as well as the installed price. I find that we're typically much more affordable than the companies that you see advertising on TV or in a lot of other places. If they're spending a lot of advertising dollars, obviously they're passing those costs on to their consumers. You could go to our website at homerightwaynesboro.com, or you could call us at 717-749-4874.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState.
And Dan Dedona here with the Local News 1 weekly report for Hagerstown, Chambersburg, Smithsburg, Fairfield, Waynesboro, and all of the communities that form our local area. We're going to start off with 5 things to do this weekend, as we usually do. Jazz is going to be a big deal in Waynesboro on Sunday, the 24th. The Mike Stern Quintet is going to be headlining the 14th Annual Jazz Festival at the Buttonwood Nature Center's Wharf in Waynesboro. That'll be from 5 until 7 p.m. It's a free event hosted by Buttonwood, and it showcases the 6-time Grammy-nominated guitarist Mike Stern, who's got a great style. He's played with people like Miles Davis and the Brecker Brothers. You can expect a great performance alongside Lenny Stern on guitar and Bob Franceschini on saxophone, Elmond Gilmore on bass, and Juan Chiavasa on drums. Pardon the pronunciation there, Juan. It'll be at the outdoor stage at 10141 Wharf Road, and you're welcome to bring picnics, lawn chairs, and blankets. There will be free water available, and you can park on site. These are really big events. They really are. Waynesboro has got a record of bringing in world-class jazz performers every fall. So this is something that's worth going out and seeing. If you haven't seen really great jazz before, this is an opportunity. Number 2 on the list, the Washington County Agricultural Education Center in Boonesboro, Maryland, is going to be hosting the Spudfest Living History event on Saturday, August 23rd from 11 a.m. till 4 p.m. And that will continue on Sunday at from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. It's a family-friendly festival celebrating the county's storied potato growing heritage. They'll have activities like children's potato picking, a tractor pedal pull, a Civil War era petting zoo, potato chip making demonstrations. If you've never made potato chips before, this is your opportunity. You can enjoy field harvesting exhibits, a scavenger hunt, excuse me, and an antique tractor show. This should be a great fun for everybody that comes. In the meantime, on Saturday, August 23rd at 7:30 p.m., One Night of Queen, presented to you by Gary Mullen and the Works. They do a reenactment of Queen songs and hits for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Legends Queen. Mullen apparently has got a spot-on impression of Freddie Mercury. So they've been selling out to over 2,500 shows in 20 countries. High energy tribute to thrill fans and newcomers alike. Item number 4. The Vintage Revival Market is going to be transforming the Gear House Brewing Company over in Chambersburg into a nostalgic shopping haven on Saturday, August 23rd, from 10 a.m. on. That'll be at 253 Grant Street in Chambersburg. They're inviting locals to come and enjoy. 30 businesses are inviting people to enjoy curated vintage finds and handmade goods, and drink some beer, obviously, have some lunch, and enjoy some unique shockwares. It's organized by the Vintage Revival Market. And number 5 on the list for this week, at the Green Hill Roots Fest on Saturday, August 23rd, from 2 until 4, until 11:30 p.m. The Green Hill Farm in Sharpsburg, Maryland, is transforming into a celebration of Appalachian culture. Festival is hosted at 5329 Mondell Road. Showcases newgrass, progressive folk, and Americana music. Attendees can enjoy family-friendly activities, including a children's area with cornhole and straw bale towers, plus an artisan market, woodwork, and herbal remedies. Admission is $20 online, $30 at the gate. Kids under 12 can get in free. It's going to take place rain or shine. And in addition to our 5 things, a 6th item that did not make the cut that's going to be happening this week is interesting. On August 26th, from 6 until 7 p.m., WellSpan Health is going to be presenting an online virtual class in empowering intimacy and fertility after cancer. It's part of its ongoing cancer survivorship education series. There's a lot of people out there that could use this kind of stuff. We've had cancer in my own family, and it not only does it take some getting used to, but understanding exactly what's going on. Anyways, things like this are very helpful for people who have survived cancer and haven't necessarily explored what it means to be a survivor. So virtual class, you can set that. It's going to be set up online at wellspan.org/events is where you can find the details on that. Getting into the news for this past week, in Waynesboro, Trident Enterprises, which has been very active in the Waynesboro area for many, many years, is expanding into a 21,000 square foot facility located in the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, just outside of Reno, Nevada. This is great for the Waynesboro-based Trident organization because they've been growing in their fencing products and installation capabilities for a number of years, and this just gives them a bigger platform to work from. They will be retaining all of their existing Waynesboro warehouses and facilities and just building on the foundation that they've built in Waynesboro. In Hagerstown, the police department came to a council meeting on the 12th of August with a request to update their loitering ordinance. This one was kind of interesting. Apparently the ordinance got passed back in 1995-ish. But since then, several provisions have been identified as being unconstitutional. So the police are asking that they at least delete the unconstitutional portions. They do want it to stay on, anti-loitering ordinance to stay on the books because, as an absolute minimum, it has a deterrent effect on people who will just stand around and loiter and cause problems for local businesses and people who are trying to get by on the streets. PennDOT has indicated that there will be rolling stops today and on Monday. That'll be the 22nd of August and on the 26th of August on I-81 near Shippensburg. There's going to be blasting around exit 24 for some commercial development near that exit. So at 1 o'clock today, and again at 1 o'clock on Monday, you can expect up to 15-minute rolling delays, and that'll be right in the vicinity of 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Each of those 2 days. So plan ahead for that. If you're heading north, you probably want to either get there earlier or later. You don't want to get slowed down. In Chambersburg, we've had actually several articles here recently about the Gleaning Project. They are bringing an Empty Bowls fundraiser They've always had these for the last 12 years. They've actually had an Empty Bowls fundraiser over in Gettysburg, but now they're expanding into Franklin County, which is a good thing. Tickets are gonna be $20, and that will include meals, soups, breads, and desserts. Tickets go on sale on the 2nd of September, and the event is scheduled to take place on the 23rd of October at the King Street Church. The Cumberland Valley Business Association hosted a 2025 Franklin County Educational Summit on the 13th of August at Wilson College in Laird Hall. They brought together educational, business, and community members and discussed artificial intelligence and its impact on both students and on the workforce. That's rapidly accelerating. We're actually, in local news, we're actually going back and reevaluating what we can possibly get to help us do a better job of providing you with the news from day to day and from week to week. But there are some problems. You have to actually know what you're doing. A lot of folks who dove deep into this stuff early probably they don't even see the problems anymore. But for those of us who are just dipping a toe in, it's worth a little bit of time to take a look. Local News 1 is also collecting a list of September 11th 911 activities in the area. One is not going to take place on September 11th, interestingly enough. Greencastle Mayor Ben Thomas is going to be walking from Eastern Avenue to Baltimore Street on the 6th of September. He's going to be joined by rescue hose. So what they're going to be doing is symbolizing the 110 floors or 2,071 steps at the World Trade Center, where so many first responders responded racing up upstairs to try to evacuate people. That'll be a great event. After they're done walking early in the morning, there will be a prayer at the Veterans Memorial at 9 a.m. Local history. We usually don't tout one of our local history stories because it's a regular feature, but this time there's a very good article about the history of the Totem Pole Playhouse, which we've mentioned in previous weeks is enjoying its 75th season this year. We've traced the origins back to 1950 when some local folks converted an auto shop to become into a theater, and has subsequently become what the New York Times has called the Cadillac of summer theater. There have been some great performances there. So, and there are, if you get an opportunity, go out to Totem Pole Playhouse, look at their ticket sales, look at the shows that are still coming. There are some really great ones. In a similar vein, the Foundation for Enhancing Communities, we've also talked about them from time to time. They're kind of centered in Harrisburg, but there are a lot of regional elements to that address more specific things in the immediate vicinity. Well, the Franklin County variant of that has distributed $140,000 in Arts for All grants, with the purpose of making art more accessible to people throughout the Franklin County area. Their grants this time, $140,000, is going to, that'll include Totem Pole, which we just mentioned, the Chambersburg Community Theater, the Arts Alliance of Waynesboro, Wilson College, and quite a few others. So good effort by them. In Chambersburg, Barbecue and Bags event is going to be taking place on Saturday, the 13th of September, to support Habitat for Humanity for Franklin County. This is their big fundraiser every year. They'll have a book drop. They will have barbecue. They'll have cornhole games and other activities. Of course, the Habitat for Humanity's purpose is to provide safe, affordable housing in the local area, and they build it right here on the spot. Also in Chambersburg, the annual First Responders Appreciation Day is going to take place on Friday, the 12th of December. And it's got Cumberland Valley Business Association in the lead on that as well. This is a holiday event that will honor, it'll be taking up contributions for local responders. They're really looking for station supplies, like granola bars or coffee or things of that sort. And if the public would also like to make contributions in dollars to help these guys out, I think everybody knows this, but I'll say it anyway. Fire departments are very, very expensive to run, and for the most part, if you're outside of a big city, they're private organizations. They don't necessarily have an awful lot of tax revenue, and what tax revenue they get is passed through from relief organizations in the state, or local municipalities are authorized to go up to, I guess, 1.35 mils or something like that. I'd have to go back and double check it, but the state and municipalities are required to provide fire services and EMS services in their respective areas. It's part of the Pennsylvania law. So they make contributions, but the contributions don't cover all of their expenses. Their equipment is enormously expensive. The suits that they have to wear are also enormously expensive, and you need one for everybody who's going to fight a fire. So if you're able to make contributions to that, whether it's at this event or any other event, fundraising event for a fire department, just keep in mind, all of their expenses are not covered by what the state and what local municipalities can provide. They really need those fundraisers, so help them out any way you can. Switching over to police news. The Franklin County Jail is revising its overhead structure. What they're trying to do is help out with staff shortages. The county the county board that approves funding for salaries authorized the elimination of one position, which will save $123,000, and they've also authorized a 90-day staffing incentive program. The biggest problem that they're dealing with, though, is they have about 75% turnover in their working positions, not in the staff. So they're trying to make more money available, not only for incentives, but also to raise salaries. There was one person is quoted on there that their biggest problem is low pay. It's just too. It's a lot easier to go work for McDonald's or Burger King than it is to take a job here. So they're trying to rectify that. In Chambersburg, the police are seeking help. Identify. This is a strange one. A person was photographed in a monkey suit, spray painting the cameras on at a Salvation Army location at 169 Lincoln Way West. There's a picture of the person in costume. It would really be interesting to sit down with police sometime and just completely off the record and ask them, tell us your strangest stories, because they have got to run into some of the strangest things. Guy or possibly a gal in a monkey suit. Why in the world would you be spray painting security cameras at a Salvation Army of all places? I can think of a lot of other places that would be more annoying than them. Anyway, PennDOT and the state police are emphasizing a sober Labor Day next week. Last year, and the reason they're doing this is last year they quoted an awful lot of statistics. There were over 1,000 crashes, 13 fatalities, 722 injuries, and of those, around 15%, it looked like from the statistics I saw, were a direct result of either alcohol or drugs being involved. And of course, there's secondary injuries, things that don't show up at the immediate scene. So with Labor Day coming up, it's worth considering. In addition to not wearing white after Labor Day, it's really a good idea to not get really liquored or drugged up during Labor Day. So save yourself, save your family. Do a smart thing. In People News, Hagerstown has enjoyed a 3-year reunion of a very special kind. A gentleman by the name of Jason Fisher was joined by Mike Peck and the LifeNet 8-1 crew, helicopter crew, that saved his life 3 years ago. Apparently, Mr. Fisher was out mowing his commercial property when he got hit, threw him into a telephone pole face first. He was fortunate that I think it was Mr. Mike Peck who just happened to be passing by, saw the thing happen, immediately called 911, got emergency services involved, got got the LifeNet helicopter involved. They managed to stabilize him on the helicopter and got him to the hospital. So great story. They met for a 3-year anniversary. Obviously, Mr. Fisher is extraordinarily gratified at the professionalism that they were able to show. In Franklin County, the Foot of the Mountain Farm, which is owned by the Verasano family, participated in a U.S. Department of Agricultural event called Great American Farmers Market. That was located in D.C. They were one of a number of organizations or farms that were invited to put up displays behind the Washington Monument. Actually, the entire event was intended to be a celebration of farming, family, and food. So good on you folks. In Waynesboro, the Alexander Hamilton Library won the 2025 Pennsylvania Forward Adult Financial Literacy Award. The library has been recognized 3 times in the past 2 years, and a couple of years since 2022, and 2 times for financial literacy. One of the key players in that has been Edward Jones advisor Frank Pinto, who puts on a particularly good program each year. This is a serious problem. There are way too many fully grown adults that think high-level financial management is spending the last nickel from the last paycheck while desperately reaching for the next paycheck. That works, but it really doesn't provide for your long-term health, welfare. There's a statistic that from the IRS that they expect something on the order of 85% of all adults in the United States of America, when they reach age 65, to be 100% dependent on welfare, on Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, family, and friends. That's not necessarily where you set out to end up at the end of 65 years of adult life. So programs like this are excellent. Take advantage of them. Educate yourself on more than just spending money. Put together a budget. Do the homework. Make sure you know how much you've got and how much you can afford. It's amazing how well you can do with just a tiny little bit of planning like that. Also, under People News, the Chambersburg Area School District recently was designated as a Great PA School. They had to satisfy 4 different criteria: rigorous educational program, communities. They had to be community-centric. They had to have financial well-being, and they had to be able to demonstrate resilience. So congratulations to the Chambersburg Area School District. And one item in health, and then we'll close this out. WellSpan pediatrician Dr. Almira Contractor says that you should probably think this is going to happen, but colds spike in September, and she attributes it to the fact that a lot of kids are coming back from vacations from all over the country in August. So it only takes just a short period of time before colds and all kinds of the usual kinds of problems in the fall start to spike in September. She offers a number of comments on the subject, but she especially suggests make sure kids wash their hands and make sure that their immunizations are up to date. This stops an awful lot of disease right in its tracks. I'll mention here briefly that we're going to be very soon. We're going to be adding theatrical activities to our entertainment section. We're going to be adding property transfers, crossword puzzles, and an enhanced local advisory service of the sort that will tell you about that blasting and the rolling delays up on Interstate 81 near Shippensburg. We also provide local history every Tuesday. Every Thursday is the writings of Dargan Boy. We have sports, auto racing, many, many more activities in the constantly moving mosaic in which we live. We're proud to be the news source for Verstandig radio stations. You can see all this and more news on localnews1.org. Just a point, we do not do any national news. We are 100% local. So you can count on that, and we focus on simply giving you the facts. We're not trying to light your hair on fire and get you all excited. We just want you to know what's going on around you. And then with that, we'll close with the thought of the day, which involves the sad case of a cook who wanted alligator for dinner, but only had a crock pot. Bada bing. Have a great weekend.
TriState.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.